It is Never Run Alone here once again on the internet. We've got the boys back to back weeks, just the three lads. We
The
promised
mustachio magnates.
that's
We're going a bit crazy.
we are all going crazy. It's not lockdown. It's just three lads on the internet chatting, running. Cam Merrick, Chris Farron-Cothan, I'm Rin McDonald. And yeah, we're gonna be delving this week a bit more into our prep. We're 12 and a half weeks out from Boston. They've just announced the elite field. Cam Merrick's not on the list, but
Yeah, I got snubbed.
he could still come fourth fastest Australian. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be comedy, dude.
Well, I did that in Goldie. It was fourth the fastest Australian, so might as well do it on international shores.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm ready.
It's going to be a Boston heavy ep this week, but we won't disappoint you with that. We've also got, I've got a good buy sell. Don't know about you boys, but they're normally pretty good. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might not be as long this episode as Chris Farron-Cothan's hair, but we promise it will pack a
Short,
punch.
sharp, bang, focused.
That's it. We do normally put up I say normally, we always put up a post on the Instagram asking for these warm-up questions. I put it up a bit late today and we didn't get many, but
Tell the family why you would put it up late.
Well, I was, what are we calling it? Producing. Took too long to pick a song, but ultimately just waited too late in the day as well. So anyway, if you do see that Instagram post, needed to lock in, stop dilly-dallying. If you ever see that post, chuck us a question, warm-up related. So it's for us warming up, not specifically warm-up related, I should say.
Ask us anything.
Just ask us something.
It's an AMA.
Correct.
Yeah.
But this week, Cam's going to hit us with some would you rathers that he's, I'm not even going to say Googled. He's just come up with them.
Yeah, generated.
So kick us off, Merrick. Go on. Sweet pants.
All right, a couple good ones here. Yeah, just straight would you rather's, and you can divulge reasons behind your answers if you like. But number one was, would you rather run a marathon in perfect weather but finish 10 minutes slower than your best, or run in awful weather, wind, rain, freezing, and set a personal best?
Awful weather, personal best.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
I was thinking, all I went to straight away was the Kawuchi Boston Marathon, where he wins it in the rain. But yeah,
separate
dog behavior.
I wonder if that was his PB though. That's the thing. Like, yes, it probably broke a lot of people that day for him, and enabled him to get out in front. Whether it was his PB or not, Boston. But yeah, to your point, that would definitely be the answer. PB. I love running in the rain.
Me too.
Yeah, so do I. I'm looking forward to I'm already looking forward to it being cooler and crisp mornings and stuff like that.
Oh.
I'll say that, and then it'll be 6:30 before the sun's up, and I'm already out mid-run and hating it. But we'll see.
Running across Sydney Harbour Bridge with just a blowing gale. It's terrible.
It's like
sideways.
Wind tunnel on the bridge. Sick.
The 16 degrees this Wednesday was just
succulent.
It was a nice taste of what's to come.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Number two, would you rather train year-round alone with perfect discipline and nail all your sessions, or train with a group you love but miss 25% of your planned sessions?
Group you love.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
would really depend on where I'm in my block.
It says year-round. It says year-round.
No, but I mean, I don't want to miss 25% of my sessions in a block.
But I think if you look at it across I think if we look at the question as across a 12-month period, say you're going to do 2 marathons in a year, you either pick. I mean, yeah, you can say
lock in for 4 months, and then two. Okay, fair enough. Okay,
you get to pick when you lock out for 3 months of the 12.
I'm pretty tempted by just nail every session for a year. I feel like that would be pretty nice.
Would be.
You'd get pretty good.
You would get real
I run a lot alone anyway.
Yeah.
You don't miss many. What would be your percentage, you reckon? Your training peaks would be pretty green.
I don't miss many. You're right. Only when I was probably coming back from or starting this block, like starting to build towards this block where I was having this Achilles thing. So I missed them. So if you count them as missing, anything that I can do that I'm not injury hampered, I don't think I've missed a session unless it was like an optional one as like a do it as you feel.
Mm.
So
Solid.
consistency, the word of 2025.
Come on.
Now we've got would you rather have an amazing endurance but poor top speed, or incredible top speed but struggle badly beyond 10K?
Or endurance.
Yeah,
I want endurance.
endurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that is me, to be honest. I'm not very quick.
That's it.
but
What
I
you
have
got,
the
Kevin?
endurance.
I do like the idea of being really quick in the 5K, but it's. I thought that's just me being the contrarian.
All right, well,
like it.
sorry, maybe I'll riff on this for you. Give you this, Cam, and you obviously can answer it as well, Chris. What if you were able to challenge for the Oz 10K record, but the fastest you could get is what you currently are? So there's no way you can get quicker in the marathon. Sorry, no way you can get quicker in the marathon. I'm talking marathon or challenge. So you're not guaranteed the 10K, but you could. Yeah, you're going for the 10K record.
I'd be in the mix because then I'd definitely be in the mix for the Olympics, and that would be the biggest goal.
Okay.
And my marathon time is like decent at the moment, so I'm like comfortable with that. I want to go faster, but that's because I haven't done anything at any other distance. Yeah, good point though. Good point. Would you rather race on a completely flat course with zero crowd support, or a very hilly race with massive crowd energy? So let's say New York Marathon energy levels, but on a hilly course, or it's like Gold Coast fighters. It's not that hilly. It's not that hilly.
Let's go with hilly.
Yeah.
It's fucking Sydney's more hilly than that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Boston's hillier. Come on. Yeah. or you're doing Gold Coast or like Ballarat levels of flat, but like no crowd at all.
It's the apocalypse. I'm gonna say hills and crowd, because you get some downhills.
I think the hills are good for you.
Yeah, I'm running out here in Swan Hill at the moment, and it's barren wasteland. Mate, there's flat as a tack, Swan Hill.
Is it really?
Named after.
It is a barren wasteland. You can't do hills here. The biggest thing they've got is a little lip over like a small body of water, like a little. It's not even a creek.
Swan Mound.
Swan Flats. Yeah. So I'm going the crowd every day of the week.
And this is my last one that I think is the best. Would you rather hit the wall hard at 32 Ks and still finish strong mentally, or feel great the whole way but cramp terribly with the final 2 Ks? So you got to grit your teeth and get through 10 Ks of like...
I'm gritting my teeth.
That feels strong mentally, but you hit the wall. You do hit the wall a bit, or you're good up until 40, and then the last 2 are like you're cramping and you're hobbling, and you've got to grit through that way.
Yeah, I'm gritting my teeth.
I feel
from
like
10K.
Or from the 32 with 10 to go.
That was me in Melbourne.
I feel like that was me in New York, probably earlier.
And in Sydney.
Yeah, that was like you were 27 or something in New York.
Oh, I was like 18 in Sydney. Yeah, gritting the teeth. So I reckon that one. Although it would be fun to get to 40 and feel good, but then cramp. So maybe I'll fuck around and find out.
I was just thinking about Sydney. That'd be like you're coming up Miss Macquarie's chair, and then you like got to go down again, and you're like cramping on the way down, like just running like the Tin Man.
On the cramping, what's the worst spot you guys have ever cramped? And I'm not even just saying a race. I mean, like, I'm sitting at a desk right now. I've cramped while sitting at a desk before. It's not fun. Because you can't get your leg free.
Inner thigh groin.
Inner thigh groin? Yeah, but where were you physically when that happened? Like, were you driving a car? Because that's dangerous.
No, it wasn't driving. I think like just sitting. Like sit. Oh, you know what? It was probably it happened recently. Actually, I was just having a conversation with someone at work, and it was not the time for me to get up and go, I'm cramping. And so I'm just like watery eyed, gritting through, trying to keep this conversation going.
What's the conversation about? Surely you can let a cramp out.
I can't even remember.
Performance review.
I blacked out.
Seriously, had to keep it professional.
Yeah.
He was just about to get a 5K raise.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
I reckon mine was Queenstown, like 25K, and I got this one like all up the inside of my groin, like, and I never felt that. I'd never had that ever before in my life, and I was like, it's crazy. I've never had that cramp again, and I hope to never have it again. So that was a real baptism of fire to the marrow. I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. It was so easy for 20Ks. Yes, I definitely didn't go out too hard.
Did you ever cramp much playing soccer in your? I mean, you might still play this year, but
I used to a little bit. I never did when I was growing up, and then when I got a bit older, I would sometimes, like in the back end of like if I was playing 2 games maybe. But last year, like I didn't really at all. Like once I started going gym, I kept thinking that cramps were like, you know, a source of being like needing more electrolytes and shit. And reality, it's just weakness. It's just weakness. And going to the gym fixes a lot of cramps.
There's a lot of good study around that coming out now.
There is.
Pouring water. Yeah. Was.
On the salt walls
are dying.
I reckon I'm pretty weak then, and certainly in my 20s, stronger now. But I would cramp not every week, but I certainly would cramp a couple of times a year, and just like after games, whether it's in bed or a couple of times on the way home, and it's terrible in your foot. You know,
the foot ones are the worst.
Oh my God!
You're gonna laugh at this.
I like full underneath the foot, cramping. Yeah.
I induce that cramp. I really enjoy that, and just like get it locked and then just wait for it to just ease itself out.
What's wrong with you?
Nah, you know what? I'm actually for that as well. If you're in bed and you cramp, it's weirdly satisfying. It is. I can get around it.
Yeah. It's like a child kicking around inside. Yeah. Okay. If you say so.
I won't say any more, but there you go. I hope people enjoyed those. If anyone's still listening, I hope everyone enjoyed that.
Yeah. If we've maintained you this far, like the pod, 5 stars. Because you're clearly able to put up with some bullshit.
Submit a question next week so we don't have to chat absolute garbage.
Dribble.
No, we've got one question.
At the start. No, they were good. We did get a question. We'll address that. Thank you to Tess Marks. She wants to know about Boston. But before we get to the Boston Elite Fields, we're going to chat a bit about our own running. And Cam, I believe you've been doing a bit of work with the running room this week. Talk to us.
We have.
How's the week been?
Good. We're starting to really build quite nicely. I think I did 91 kilometers last week. Ripped a pretty solid session. Big boy sesh on Saturday. Was 28 with 28 with like 5x2K, 1K rest.
Massive.
To finish, so it was like 12K warm up or something. And did that at mostly around that like marathon pace, probably a little slower, but a good chunk of it was into like a headwind. So yeah, I was pretty happy with how that went for the day, considering I was sort of coming back from some stuff. So yeah, it went well. And then just like a lot of easy mile stuff that's been pretty long. Like did like a 20K long run on Tuesday morning. That was pretty hectic. Geeing yourself up for that. Something about like seeing it get a 2 in front of it and knowing it's like a work day is pretty.
In the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, yeah.
Yeah. Like I've done a million like 12 to 14K runs before work, but like something about 20 just felt like a lot. So I did that, and then did like a pretty solid like speed session on Wednesday, and yeah, that was all like marathon pace, like a sort of tempo stuff. So yeah, it was pretty dialed in there. So yeah, we're building nicely, starting to get a lot of things in check, get my sleep in check a bit, which has been nice. The body's starting to adapt, which is good. And then yeah, I went to the physio today, and we did a bit of testing on my both of my like Achilles, like post tib, like the back part of my like the tendon that goes sort of from your calf, like underneath your foot, where I was kind of copying a lot of stuff last year. Did that and some calf and Achilles work, and then tested like the strength of like my big toe, like force on my big toe. Apparently I've got really strong big toe for both sides, like above, like was one of the highest he tested. But then
weird kink, but okay, nice.
Yeah, so if you're into foot stuff, I'm your guy.
No wonder you didn't get foot cramps, bro.
Yeah,
solid,
strong toes. But my calf strength was like pretty solid. I had a bit of an imbalance, like my left side is a lot stronger than my right, and then same for the tendon bit that, like I said, was kind of giving me grief all of last year's block. In Melbourne, it was like the right side was just like super weak, and then the left side was like average. So this is like a big drop off, but it's also just like not enough. So it was good insight. Yeah, I'm obviously competitive immediately, so I'm like, fuck, I need a higher score. But it was.
Did they have a leaderboard or something? Big toes.
No,
big toe
if
leaderboard?
I had a leaderboard, I would have been like, I'll be back in 2 weeks and I will be the top of this leaderboard. But yeah, so that was interesting. So just a good reminder to get your calf and Achilles working, do your ISOs, because your calf is the biggest muscle that you rely on mostly in your running, really. Like it takes a lot of your force. And just if it falls apart, it's kind of like the foundation of your whole body running.
Yep.
A lot of your strength and speed and ability to produce force. Like, imagine what a carbon plate does. Usually that's what your ankle stiffness is doing. And if it can't maintain stiffness in your ankle, then you kind of
that dude,
fucked.
Jonah Rosner, has a great explainer on like calf and foot stiffness, basically being a marathon runner's hack, in that if you can get it to improve it by X amount, do whatever program for 6 weeks, you're looking at improving your marathon time by like 4 to 5%. By just having
like natural super shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting. And then other than that, just ripping gym. Did some Pilates on the weekend. That was cool. Just a bit of everything.
Prince. Look at him go.
Yeah, Pilates princess. So it was it was good. We're building, should get to like 96 this week. I'm doing the 30K 7 Bridges with our friend James on Sunday for good old time's sake, or Saturday.
A couple of dogs.
Yeah, back to the good old days where you and the three of us sort of started running together.
Which James?
Yeah, and then hopefully Casper. And then
just
Casper the Ghost. And then last
good luck to him. Shout out.
We're just doing it easy. We're not doing any sessions, so it's just gonna be a cruise, which would be nice. And then
now you decide to cruise. Perfect.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm interested.
Well, we alternate cruise and hectic runs. And then after that, I've got next week with the coach doing Sun Run next weekend, and then work out the next 4 weeks. This 4 weeks was kind of like get through it unscathed, build the block, get the fitness ticking over, start feeling like a bit of strength in those sessions, and get your ankles and stuff feeling all right, and then go from there. So all tracking along pretty nicely. Into a good spot 12 weeks out is kind of where I'm at.
It's been bit over 3 months since Melbourne now for you, right?
Yeah.
What's the mindset like? I know we're not going to necessarily talk times until about 8 weeks out, and we're 12 and a half now.
Yeah.
But you mentioned, running marathon pace.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what your marathon pace was over the weekend? And what's the mindset like at the moment?
Yeah, definitely feeling like pretty strong. Like there's been a bit of rust to shake off. I think the weekend was a good like confidence builder to hit that like 5x2 at. I mean, I was averaging around what I did mara pace in Melbourne. I was probably going out to try and go it a bit faster than that. And it was kind of hard with the wind and stuff like that. I was like, felt like I was running into a wall for the second K of a lot of those reps. But yeah, felt pretty good. And then on Wednesday, just did like 5 by 6 minutes at like sitting at Marapace. It was pretty dialed. Like, you know, wait a second, that was kind of at like 3:16s, and just sat at that. It felt pretty like decent for what it was, like a bit heavy leg. So yeah, the mindset is like, if we can start nailing these sessions now and like feeling decent now with solid mileage, like, you know, just focus on getting the body in the right place and get there in one piece. And I'm like pretty confident we can rip in good base of strength. So yeah, it's just a game of like pulling the levers without it all falling apart, you know. It's like putting one finger over a hole of water and hoping that another one doesn't pop out with another hole of water. It's kind of how I view it.
That's a Simpsons episode. I feel like Homer's done that before.
Yeah, I feel like it's
the Simpsons episode for every moment of life.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like trying to, you know, yeah, it's leaking water, but you're just trying to like plug holes without the other one immediately going in again. So yeah, feel good. Mindset's strong. Kind of in the rhythm. Like I'm in the rhythm now of getting together. Pretty much off the drink. Been off the drink for like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks now. No, 3. Yeah, 2.5 weeks basically. Probably have like 1 or 2 more events for the rest of the time to Boston. So pretty dialed. Not that you have to do that, but that's just helps me get the body right. And yeah, feeling very strong. Keen for Boston. Like the Elite Field stuff today was pretty exciting, and yeah, just pretty keen to just get into like the grind of it. Is where I'm at.
Lovely. We'll chat more.
What about you boys?
More Boston. Chris, what about you, brother?
Me, I was just looking at my kind of plan while Cam was talking, and it's coming together. It's coming together. I'll tell you that. We've spoken about, obviously it hasn't been an ideal lead in, and so yeah, this first kind of 4 weeks is all just building back some kind of base. No kind of haven't done any speed work. It's just been medium-sized runs, trying to get at least 4 runs in and just slowly building up the volume. This week hit my first strides to just get the body used to that, the mechanics of
good to say.
Moving fast again,
activating the
those long limbs.
Yeah,
those long limbs
in full
out.
stride. Yeah, it was nice.
Powerful.
Felt those hip flexors go to places that they haven't been in a while.
yeah. The hammy's just reaching out in a way that it hasn't in a long time.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, but it felt good, and body has pulled up really well afterwards. And yeah, had like gym and bike have been really consistent as well, which has been really great. I've been hitting at least 2.5 hours on the bike and doing 2 solid gym sessions. And yeah, everything's trending north. Heart rate's finally settling down. I'm no longer running at easy pace with a threshold heart rate.
Yeah,
it's easy heart rate is coming back, which is good.
So good.
So yeah, we're feeling good. I've got a podiatry appointment tomorrow with none other than Thomas DeCanto, Mr. What 210 guy, 211
Oz champ. Former,
former Oz champ,
former Oz champ. There you go.
Perhaps a bigger flex.
Fastest podiatrist, probably.
Yeah, probably the fastest podiatrist at Valencia. Yeah.
I mean, imagine if he's
like the fastest podiatrist in Australia. You'd have to say that.
Imagine if he's like the 10th fastest podiatrist in Valencia. We don't know. I mean,
there's like a podiatrist category drop down. You could get at the rankings.
We should make an app for that, quite frankly.
Yeah, like World Athletics rankings. There's like an extra tab that's like employed yes or no, and then it's like what job they do, and you can split it out from there. I'd like that.
I saw an app today. Sorry to interject on this. I saw an app today. I think they followed the pod account. They're these guys that they basically have created this thing where over a race, you can submit as a friend or family member
I did say this.
at like a certain kilometer a message to the person when they're listening. I thought it was an interesting idea, but I'm also like, would I really want someone at like kilometer 15 coming in and just giving me a rev up? Maybe, maybe not. I don't run with headphones. What do you boys think?
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting, and they're taking it very seriously. Like it looks.
I think it's a really good idea. And I think for
the same page.
For the average runner, like the community runner, so sick. They like someone who's running with headphones to have, I don't know, your mum from who you haven't seen in that you don't live in the same country, and your mum comes into your ears and goes, "You're doing great, sweetie." Like, that's awesome.
You just pre-record David Goggins at every kilometer. That's what Andreas would do that.
He would.
Know a few people who'd probably do that.
Yeah. You don't know me, son.
Cam's lucky. He just gets me barking at him in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I interjected
a real thing.
We digress.
Back to you, Chris.
Back to my feet issues. Given that my injuries have kind of been in the same spot on both of my legs, just going down to, as Cam said, the feet being the base of your running, to see if there's any issues or anything there. I've got aggressively high arches, so I think I might need some kind of orthotic or like stability support to just ease the burden on the rest of my leg. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have some answers on Friday, hopefully.
How have you gotten to the point where you feel like it's your feet? Sorry if you might have mentioned that, but I feel like people who may be listening to the first time could be helpful.
I've done everything else. I've done the physio, I've done the chiro, I've done the osteo, you know, I've done all the bits looking at my legs, and I've worked really hard to get my legs strong, and getting the same kind of recurrence, sorry, makes me go, oh, maybe that is actually something going on with my feet that I need to have a look at.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like that. Yeah, we should probably say, like, we're probably a lot of people. You know, I know London's probably around that 12 weeks out. Boston's sort of 12 weeks out. Ballarat and Oz is around that. Like, it's probably a lot of people who are starting to ramp up that build, and it's just a PSA to be careful about ramping up in a way that's unsafe. And if you're going to be hitting sessions and you're going to be pushing yourself, that you need to be not compromising your recovery as well. I feel like there's probably a lot of people, and it's fine at times when if you have a late night or whatever, like, and you get up and you do the session, or the long run or whatever, it's fine for a one-off every now and then. But that if you do that continually and you're just depleting your body or operating at a deficit consistently, you're not feeling well enough, it's just a recipe for getting injured. And I think especially in that first 4 weeks of a block, it's really important to just be nailing like the basic stuff that you probably don't think about as much, like getting your sleep. I know, like, especially if you're running a lot, like I find I kind of, I operate a lot on like 6.5 to 7 hours sleep, just because I'm like going to bed, like I'm working, whatever. I go to bed at a certain time, I'm up at whatever time, and then I'm running early, and it just kind of stacks. And so, like, when I get an opportunity, like last night, I didn't have anything on this morning, got an early night, got a full 8 hours, had an awesome sleep, and like work, and like gives you a different release of energy,
big time,
and just credits in the bank. So
I think that first
be careful.
4 weeks or so of a block as well is really habit building. I found, like, it's
great point.
I've got my like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday runs, and Tuesday, Thursday are my bike and gym days. And really trying to make sure that I am getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock to make sure that I'm getting in those runs and those bikes and those things, so that it becomes, oh, my alarm's gone off, sweet, I'm out of bed, gone. It suddenly becomes just, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing today, rather than, I need to go out and do this.
For sure. I think it's easier to build that when you're doing, 4 runs a week than it is when you're doing like 5 or 6, and you've got, like, it's better to have the discipline early established, and then you're like already bought in.
Yeah.
By the time you have to start ramping it up, yeah, it's a great point.
Exactly right.
Discipline is trained, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, totally.
You don't just
Doesn't
pick
grow
it
on
up.
trees. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What about Uranus? How's your block? Talk
just
to us.
quickly, one of you boys shared something today on Instagram that was just talking about fueling post workout. I can't seem to find it, but it was funny because I'd done a workout and I hadn't eaten, and I immediately went, and albeit had a chalky milk, but then I also had some pasta. But it was just like, I need to fuel because I find I'm always so hungry, even though I'm eating quite a bit. Obviously not straight after a meal, I'm not hungry, but like, yeah, you've got to fuel. And probably, as I'll come to talk on, and I have talked in previous weeks, dealing with a few niggles, have probably certainly been undernourished. Malnourished is probably the better way of saying that word. But yeah, not getting the right quality of food as much.
Yeah, I mean,
as
there's an hour kind of window before your body moves into like fighting for its life, basically. So after a workout, whether it be weights or a run, you basically got an hour window to get your body filled with both carbs and protein so that your muscles can repair, your glycogen stores can get restored, before your body then starts drawing from other sources, which inevitably, in my case, was my bones. And so it as soon as you tip over that hour mark, that's when your body, you just feel so hungry because then your body's tipped over and going, oh, we need to get energy from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to get that quick carbs, get your protein in as soon as you can, basically after a workout.
Nice. Yeah, it's not just recovery; it's also like getting the adaptation of like the doing that straight away. Yeah, it's within an hour. Your sort of glycogen restoration is just like super low. It slows down. So yeah, you just got to start fueling immediately. I just try and like get anything in. I almost bought it, but I won't. The chalky up and go protein from the Servo is just good. Like it's so good. It's like it's the best.
I love the consistency of it.
That's what I like. It's thick too.
Yeah.
Yes, great call. Should have bought it, but like I could buy it every week. I've had at least like in the last week, I reckon I've had 3. Like it's very commonly like my go-to.
A side note on the up and goes, a mate of mine who I hadn't seen in probably like maybe 3 months was kind of like surfer, bit like scrawny, and then I saw him 3 months later and he was jacked, like just filled out hugely. And I was like, dude, what has been happening? But he was like, I'm having 3 up and go proteins a day.
Wow, gnarly.
I was like, whoa. It's like
they're like 400 calories. Like they really are like you need to have done the work.
One-way ticket to diabetes, but
yeah, you could do worse.
You could do worse.
You could definitely do worse. Why only buying them at the Servo? Surely they're more expensive. You just go get a 6-pack at the supermarket. No, you just
but I want the big ones.
The big ones. Don't do the big ones at the supermarket.
No,
you can't get the big ones. They're like 30 gram.
Yeah, but they don't have. They often weirdly don't have the chocolate one, which has been pissing me off.
The vanilla one's pretty good though.
Vanilla is also pretty good, but it's not the same. Anyway, don't worry, readers. I've investigated this.
We digress.
I could give you a full explanation.
I was going to say you are a meticulous man, but
yes.
Yeah.
If there's a bargain to be had, I could do it.
What's happening with me? Well, since we last did the pod last week, I have gone for 2 runs and I've kicked 5 soccer goals in a game of futsal, which you're now shaking your head at, Cam. So
naughty.
Basically took 2 weeks off, 13 odd days as it were, and yeah, I was in Melbourne over the weekend. My brother got married, emceed that. I was in the old business shoes once again, the formal kicks. And to be fair, did a little bit of jogging at that event, making sure everything was happening. But hadn't gone for a run on the weekend. And then Sunday night comes around and I'm in the city and I get a message from one of my good mates and he's like, we need you to play futsal. And then he calls me and he convinces me ultimately to play, and I really didn't want to. I was trying to be. I mean, I did want to, but I didn't want to because of my leg. Is the correct way of saying it?
My mind is telling me no.
You don't lose wanting to have a kick, but two of my mates ended up messaging me, guilt tripped me in. I think they were like, I was like, oh, I'm not fit, is how I put it, because I don't like saying, oh, this is happening, even though now I'm talking about it on the pod and have talked about it a few times. I don't like reiterating the line of like, my knee's sore. So I just said I'm not very fit, and then one of my mates comes back and he's like, mate, you're clearly the fittest out of all of us. Come have a little trot or something.
Or kick a tickle.
He basically made me feel guilty. Betty, my lovely girlfriend, was very supportive and was like, but you better not get injured. She was just like being very kind and like going, you can play, but don't injure yourself. You'll regret it. So I went, I did about as thorough warm up as any person's done at Sunday night futsal in the world. And
like, this guy's so serious.
Yeah, proceeded to kick a few goals. I immediately came on, got tackled in the box, in the D by the keeper, and won a pen. And like properly went down. So if anything was going to do the knee, it was that. And it didn't. And
baptism of fire, and survived from there.
Seriously. So anyway, that's enough about my soccer. I then ran on Tuesday in the New Balance 1080 V15s, I should say. Big.
Oh, how are
lime greens. I'll be honest. I think they're not as good as the V14s. However, they have said with the new foam that they've got, they last. So they're different. They last the actual shape of it a lot longer than the fresh foam, which is what they've had V14. So I ran in them again today. They did feel good. It's not that they feel bad, but they're different. And I think I'm used to the V14s and the previous version that I've worn. So, good shoe, just different. We'll see how they go in the long run, which is obviously what they're trying to improve. Couple of 100 Ks in them. Do they still give you that response? So, kilometers 5 to 11 today in them were good. Just did an easy 30 minutes and felt good. But I've been doing as much gym related stuff as I physically can. Lots of squats, split squats, bit of upper body. You'll all be happy to know. Be running in a singlet come Boston. Once again, it's about the only time I get the arms out.
Rigs out for the boys.
Yeah, Warwick Farms.
And doing my best to keep it all together. Got accepted in the house. So yeah, we'll be back. I'm excited to be in Melbourne, and you boys, talking about the 4 weeks prior. I think my block is probably going to end up being closer to 8 weeks. And once I get to that point and see how I'm feeling, I'm sure I'm going to have a good race in Boston, and I'm confident I can PB.
No, you will.
Now 12 weeks out rather. But I do feel that the 2:30 might be a stretch at this point. I think it's pretty fucking fair to say that. Pretty obvious.
That's very fair to say.
But one thing I thought...
Not to kill your dreams, but...
No. But one thing I thought we could share, which you brought up the other day, Cam, was maybe sharing our running goals for this year. And it's just like the 5K, 10K, 21.
Yeah, I like it.
I can go first. I've put in, and I actually changed these after initially putting them in. So in case you guys see it, I'm like, I thought I saw a different time there for in. I've gone the 5K. I reckon I can crack sub 16 this year, right? So I'm not saying pre-Boston. I'm saying in the year.
Yeah.
My PB,
2026 goals.
2026. So my unofficial around Gore Hill Oval, not a park run, not anything, not a race, test marks if you're listening, was 16:35, right?
Asterisk.
Asterisks, lots of asterisks. That was a couple of weeks after New York in 2024. So I was pretty fit, probably not the fittest I've been, but certainly up there. 15:50. I want to race a 10K, and I'd like to think I can go sub 35 in that 10K. Yeah. That might be before Boston, but certainly if not, obviously after. What else? Half marathon, 1:15. I reckon I can get that down to that.
Goldie.
PB at the moment's 1:20. Don't think I'll do Goldie. We'll be overseas mid-year. And then the Mara, I reckon I can get into the 2:30s is what I've put down. 2:30s. So the PB is 2:44. If I can get a 2:39, Happy fucking days.
Love it.
Chris, you want to go next, mate?
Yeah, I can go next.
Save the fastest to last, won't we?
Yeah, let's do that. My goals last year, I only hit my 10K because I didn't end up racing a half full and didn't hit my 5K record or goal.
Womp, womp.
Wamp, wamp. So I've gone pretty conservative this year. I think the last years were big stretches for me. So for my 10K, I would like to go sub 34. I think is pretty achievable. Not pre-Boston, post-Boston.
PB on that view's 34.40?
34.40, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe 48.
Yeah.
And so then for my Mara, I would like to think that I can PB, and I think 2:45 is within reach. Will be hard work, but I think within reach. And then half Mara 1:18, 5K 16 would be where I would like to hit, like 16 low. I like unofficial 5K PB in the 10K that I did last year was 16:45 or 50 or something like that. So I think I could shave some solid time. And I think once Boston's done, I don't think I will do another marathon for the year. I think it'll be about getting strong, getting some miles in the legs, and
tens and halves,
getting fast, man. Yeah, get fast. Yeah.
Love it. I reckon you can go quicker in the Mara personally, but I don't know. Sorry if you just said it. Are you only doing Boston?
Yeah.
Right. So 2:45. Nice.
Yeah. 2:45 for Boston, I think, will be a good shooting point.
You'll really be able to run with Sissy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's going to be, that'll be sick.
I mean, I might end up doing that as well. Quite honestly.
True.
Run it back. Because, I mean, my PB ain't that much quicker, so that could be good.
Yeah.
Just neg split it.
Squad.
Yeah, could be a smart move.
We'll have the 3 hour squad, and then the 2:45 squad, and then Cam, our Lone Ranger,
the scout,
Cam and Ned going head to head for
Ned will be there.
Yeah, just out checking everything out there before. Yeah, what have I put in? So yeah, the Mara goal is pretty loose. At this point I just want sub 220 and we'll go from there. Definitely think there's scope to try and do another one at some point maybe, and try and go into like lower than that, like 218, 217, I don't know. Something like that. It's hard to know how this block.
Valencia. Si, senor. Yep.
Exactly right. Whatever that was. The half, I'd like to try and get sub 66, like an hour
Rapid.
6, around that 66 mark. I don't really know where what that would be like. I did 109.50 something at Hocker last year. That's pretty hilly. That was early on. Then I did like 108 something in a training run. Obviously not really like exactly, but that was, did 108 in that like last Goldie training run, I think. So something around there. 10K, I want to just go sub 30. I think that's definitely achievable.
Big.
Did 31 low in between last year and 31.20 or something. And then I've got a couple 10Ks. I've got one in Tassie in March that I'd like to give a good nudge at. Pretty good field there. So if the block's going well for the next sort of 2 months, hopefully firing and give that a proper nudge. I've got Sunrun next weekend. I'll be interested to see how I sort of go there after maybe 2 or 3 weeks of solid.
What are you shooting for there?
Backup. Don't know. It's pretty hilly, so I'd be pretty happy with like anything under kind of like 32-30. I think I'd be pretty fine with.
Sick.
I think if I can get under 32, pretty happy with that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just try and sit with a decent pace and like just run it like at a good click, trying to blow up.
What did Old Mate run it in last year?
Clifford, I think he ran it in like 30 low.
Okay.
30 low, which again is like, he's probably cruising a bit of it, but yeah. It's pretty hilly at the start, I think. So
yeah,
I'll just be trying to.
That hill at DY it's so brutal. It's like 100 meters of flat from the start line, and then it just goes gunk straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll just cook people, hey.
Yeah.
So I'll just be trying to be smooth up that hill and then just kind of like settle into a rhythm and see how we feel. I feel like that's probably decent for me because the hills kind of get my like glutes firing a bit better than just on the flat, so I can hopefully be feeling a bit stronger. So we'll see. Sub 30 is like the goal at some point. And then 5K, I didn't really race one last year. I think in the first half of the Harbour 10, I did 15:15 is like unofficial time. So somewhere around that. So I'd like to go 14:50 would be cool. But yeah, and then 45 in the City to Surf and 4,250 kilometers after doing. Last year, I hit my 10K goal, half, Mara, City to Surf, and I had 2,500 Ks as my goal, and I hit that on the 28th of July.
You're a sicko. That's unreal.
So I ended up doing 4K, 4,000 last year. So yeah, we're firing. So feeling pretty good.
Lovely, mates. Shall we get into Boston? Elite fields have dropped in the past 48 hours. Ladies first, and then the men came, and it's pretty stacked. Pretty stacked. It's
an interesting one because there's Boston and London are the kind of the two big ones at the same time. Like they're a week apart, so you kind of split the field, and you can kind of assume that everyone who's not at Boston is going to be at London. But yeah, like I think in the men's is probably a bit stronger up top, but there's also some very strong. Like the women's depth is like very strong.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
It doesn't leave many people for London.
Yeah.
Like, has London already been? Have they already announced elite fields?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, because I imagine Sarway will probably do that from the men's side. He'll probably do, but yeah, you've got I don't even know how many people on the for the graphic that they put up. The whole half of the thing, so probably like 25 people at least were under 208 for Boston.
There are 24 men who've run under 207.
Wow.
There you go. Even better.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy.
Yeah.
One of those being friend of the pod, Andy Buchanan.
Huge.
Big announcement. Yeah. I mean, currently injured. Well, I'm not injured. Coming back from injury, I should say. I think 4 weeks now. And yeah, it's going to be tight.
You and him, Chris, same vibe.
He's the same vibe, slightly different pace, but same vibe.
You saw the Brain Mantis at Gore Hill on Wednesday.
Yeah, you didn't see me moving on Wednesday. Yeah.
When he was striding out. But yeah, I guess John Correa obviously is the sort of top name in there. Him and Kipruto. Correa obviously just won Valencia in a PB, third fastest time last year, won Boston last year. And Kipruto won New York, I believe, and is the first guy ever to have Boston, Chicago, and New York titles. He's completed it. So yeah, there's that Abdi Nagai who's won. I think he's won New York before. Olympic medalist, I believe. Connor Mance, who is obviously the American record holder. At the half, our man who we talked about last week, Zahair Talbi,
crazy. He's backing it up. Crazy.
It's like 14. What's that? 14 weeks. Kind of like
14 weeks.
Yeah, I could kind of say it like it's just enough.
Do you reckon he beats Connor Mance? Do you reckon he can beat him?
Well, it's not record eligible.
No, but do you reckon he beats him on the day? Like if they both cross the finish line, if no one blows up?
I don't think so.
Connor's been a bit of a shadow operator for the last like 3 months. I haven't seen anything from him.
Yeah, I don't know what he's done.
I think there's going to be a doco about to drop on him.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Simbu, who won the world champs in the photo finish, was silver medalist was second at Boston last year. So he's coming back. Andy Buchanan, like we said, Pat Tiernan, another gun Aussie who's based in the US, Clayton Young, Rory Linkletter. There's a bunch of like weapons in the mix. Heaps of Americans in that sort of 208 to 212 area. It's like crazy how many guys are in that mix.
Rory Linkletter is going to be dialed as. I just saw he broke the Canadian record.
Yeah,
for
around 59 something
at Houston. So he's coming off a pretty incredible streak.
So were there two Aussies in that elite men's announcement, or was there a third?
Yeah, Andy and Pat.
Andy and Pat. So we don't know if there's a third elite or sub-elite. Obviously, sub-elites won't get announced. So Cam's right there. And we know Ned's going to be running. Ned's hunting your time, but you're at this stage, what, 8 minutes faster or 7 minutes faster than Ned Brockman?
9 minutes.
9 minutes?
8.5 minutes.
So you could be third quickest Aussie. To be confirmed.
All I know is that I'll be looking forward to having a beer with them all after the race. That's what I'm looking forward to the most already.
The pub.
The pub after is going to be absolute scenes. I cannot wait. That's going to start getting me fuel.
That's the motivation. Yeah.
That will be eventually. I remember at Gold Coast thinking about that, and I remember having it after, and it hit hard. Yeah.
How's this for a little tidbit? So Boston's got 16 men under 206, which is the most in a non-Olympics / Worlds marathon since 2023 Valencia and 2025 Sydney.
Wow.
There you go.
So it is a stacked field.
Didn't realize Sydney 2025 was that stacked.
Yeah.
Wow, we did the real with it. Went big, right?
Yeah, but
Kipchoge.
Didn't realize we had that many under 206. Wow. Yeah. Impressive. Okay. And what about the ladies? There's some 3 big Aussie names and a strong female field too.
Huge American female field, like crazy. Sharon Lokedi's coming back to back up her win last year. She's kind of in that top, 3 to 5 women that have kind of been dominating the majors for a while. She set a course record last year, so we'll be interested to see her go around again. There's 3 women under 218, again, which is just rapid. And then there's like a lot of women who realistically, like, I'm going to be in the mix with. I'll be running with some of them, which would be pretty cool. In the like 218 to 222 range. The American record holder Emily Sisson. She's making her Boston debut. And then I saw a stat that was like, of the last year's top 20 women from America, like top 20 American women, 12 of them are running Boston. So big chunk of the top local talent is turning out for it.
8 of the fastest 10 men and women are running.
Yeah. Exactly.
Crazy.
And then
it's 130th, right? So it's
big one.
I guess a big milestone.
That's why they're flying us over.
8 Aussies.
Us chumps. But yeah, then from the Aussie side, you got Izzy Bat-Doyle, Lisa Waitman, and Leanne Pompiani, who are 4th, 6th, and 8th all time in the women's for Australia. Izzy Bat, probably, I think that's her first American marathon.
Yeah.
Coming off a really strong race in Valencia, not quite a PB, but gave Jess Stenson a good nudge while she set the Oz record.
I mean, after Valencia, she's gone and said that she's going to give marathon the focus that it deserves now. So
interesting.
Going to put track, like she does a lot of like random 1500 and 3Ks, and she's going to put them to the side for a bit and give marathon an actual proper crack.
Yeah, we should probably got taste for it in Valencia with Jess breaking the record and just said, wish that was me. But I think she is done. Like, she obviously had a big year last year, like crushed it, set the Oz. I think she has the Oz half marathon record. Yeah. So, and obviously went to the world champs for the 10. Elite runner. Lisa Waitman as well, who's probably like not at the 223 shape she's done in the past, but a stalwart, one of the greats of Australian women distance running, 4-time Olympian, I believe. So yeah, keen to see her. Like, I'd love to just have a chat with her in Boston if we if we see him.
If you go at the pub, mate,
Pompiani.
you reckon?
Mate, I reckon we just put the marker down and say this is the Aussie pub, and anyone who rocks up. And
you
see
8 beers deep with a microphone in hand, just rattling a few off at Lisa Waitman. Good luck.
Danger.
Running at 2:25 or something.
Yeah, it'd be great. Pick her brain about the Olympics. And then Leanne Pompiani obviously like just won the Oz cross country trials. I think came top 20 in World Cross. So she's can be probably focusing on that Marinau 224, and then just heaps of top level like American women. So really, really, really strong fields. Like it's gonna be unreal. Just keen to be amongst it, really.
It's gonna be epic. I think the fact that already it's gonna be special. I think for all of us going to Boston. I know it'll be your first American one, Cam, Chris, and I, as we've mentioned. Fortunate enough to be in New York.
We went to New York that one time.
Bit more,
really,
bit more about this one. 40th anniversary of Deeks, Rob De Castella, winning back in '86. His PB 207.
It's still be on that first column. It's crazy.
That is true. That's crazy. It's gonna be special. You're gonna have some family there, Chris. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, the whole fam's gonna be there, which will be a bit of fun, bit of chaos. It's not exactly the most what you call it, spectator friendly course, unfortunately. So it's you kind of see them once and that's it, and so you hope that it's at a good spot. I reckon we'll put them up at like 35, 40 Ks or something like that when I'm deep in the cave and need to just a little bit of motivation.
I reckon you need to get him at like the sort of 10 to 15 range and then give him time to get back to town and then hope they're there for like 40, 41, 42 sort of area.
Yeah, I reckon that's a great shout.
Well,
get out or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We'll game plan it.
Yeah, we'll have to war game it and see what happens.
Yeah. So if you leave at this time and you catch this train, you get to
No, but it'd be really cool. I think like of the two marathons that I've done, finishing is great and being with friends is great, but you always want to be with family. So it'll be really nice to have them all there. So excited for that.
Love it.
Not excited for 17 hours on a plane with a 2-year-old.
Hey, at least you know that you've already gone through the hardest part by the time you get to the race.
That's true.
And you can just think that, as much as you're struggling the race, poor Kirsty's trying to cart around two girls, two 2-year-olds.
Yep.
Under 2. Yeah, it's going to be great.
No, superb.
That's going to be unreal. Yeah, can't wait.
We'll have to reach out to a few. I'd love to get Andy and Pomp, Izzy Bat, Lisa, any of them really.
Group pod, get them all in the room.
Get them all on. I mean, there'll be one at the pub for sure. Be one at that finish line. You'll have to get the mic out, Cam, because you'll be.
I will.
All things going well, first across out of the group of 8 of us. So we'll see how we go.
Put it in my little bag to take to the finish line, and I can get it set up.
Just give it to Kirst, mate. She'll have her hands. She'll have plenty.
Yeah, she'll have heaps of space.
Yeah. Well, she'll have a pram so she can put it in the front.
Love
very
it.
Good. Lovely. Well, that's Boston pram pod. She can do one the whole time. Buy sell. Should we jump into that?
Let's do it.
We shall.
I've got a buy this week. Sort of a sell, could be a buy. I'll let you boys decide. But ultimately,
a hold.
Yeah. It's warming up before run clubs. Now, I haven't been to a run club for a while, right? But obviously in the last few years, well, I want to unpack it. So I just don't think it happens enough. I know a couple that sort of do it, but even then it's not probably enough. And I think it's obviously on the individual.
Like warm-ups led by the run club before running?
I'm just sort of saying, like, take Unofficial, where we all met, for example. On a Friday morning, everyone stood around. A couple of people might be swinging a leg or doing a hammy sort of stretch. But really, Smo or whoever jumps up, welcomes everyone, and then sends everyone off. And I get it. Not everyone's doing rapid paces. It's a casual run. You're chatting with mates. But I still think warming up before it I think is super important. I know we've talked about this a few times, but my thing on this is I really think, and I know I've mentioned this before, the 1,000 day concept I love. You are who you've spent the last 1,000 days is who you are. So that accumulation of time. I really think when I got to Sydney a couple of years ago, I had done a good amount of strength building and base building to enable me to run what I did in 2024, but I didn't do enough gym work in 2024. And then in 2025, I picked it up a little bit, but now I'm dealing with those repercussions. And I'm not saying that you can't then go out and get a random injury from anything. Like, obviously there's overdoing it in a short space of time, and the 1,000 days is merely a theory. But I just think, yeah, the lack of warming up that I've done, just even for little casual runs like that, and then the recovery, which we've talked about, if you're not recovering, you can do a great workout and it might feel sore or whatever, but if you're then not recovering, you're not giving your body that chance. So I think it's buying, warming up, and selling, just thinking you can take some of those things for granted.
Absolutely.
There's my waffle.
I like it.
Not going to get any objection from this side.
No, none from
Beautiful.
here. Sissy's a big preacher of the pre-run club warm-up.
Yeah, loves it. Little crab walks.
Yeah. You might look silly because no one else is doing it, or only a couple of people.
When
Who
you're not
cares?
injured.
Yeah, when you're not in stressy watch, who's bloody
Yeah. Who's on stressy
silly
watch?
then? Stressy, silly watch. Anyway.
Yeah, go on, Stressy. Talk. What's your buy sell?
Speaking of, I got given some of those like open run shocks headphones recently. Well, not recently. At the end of last year, I got given some that were way too big for me, and I stuck them on Facebook Marketplace, hoping that someone would just buy them. And then they've literally been on Marketplace for maybe 3 months, and someone hit me up out of the blue. Hey man, I literally just bought some of these, but the size is too small. Can we just trade? And I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Yes, we can.
3 months in the waiting.
3 months in the waiting. And so I finally used them on a run the other day, and I get it. They're sick. They're so good.
Wow.
Aren't you wearing them right now? Is that what you've got on?
No, I'm not. I've got like in-ear monitors.
Oh, okay.
They're so good. The fact that I can listen to my music and still hear the world around me is epic.
Are these the ones that like put it on the side of your head?
Correct.
Like they're going into your bones, like
Yep.
not your eardrums? Yeah.
Yep.
What a crazy bit of tech, eh?
It is
It's
seriously
so
crazy.
sick.
I've seen
It's
people
like,
wear them in saunas. That can't be
It's
good
like
for you.
cochlears.
Yeah, it is like a external cochlear.
Cochlear. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'm buying them. They're cool. They're a good bit of tech.
Great stuff.
You're trading them.
Yeah, I'm holding them until someone's willing to trade with me.
Swapping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double
This week I'm
hold.
swapping shocks. I am buying. It was kind of part of my 20K. It's a niche one, but I'm buying the Cooks River Trail in Sydney. I think people have asked us where's a great spot to rip sessions, and I think you could rip a session there pretty well. It's like probably 6K out and back, 6K out and 6K back from like starting it in there in Sydney, and it's like pretty flat, not really any lights. Like you over like 2 pedestrian crossings, and it's just like cruising along the side of a river, fully like bike pathed out, like so nice. And off the back of that, I think I've realized now if you've got a big session or a big run that you just do not want to do, and it's an easy run and you just can't be mentally gassed, it's got to be an out and back. There's just no negotiating. Like it
Absolutely.
has to be like the idea of being like, I've got 20K to do and I'm going to go do like 5 laps of Centennial or 6. Like it's just
Insane behavior.
could not do it. Yeah.
Burn the
Anytime
boats,
you're going past.
burn the boats, send it 10, and the only way getting back is running it back.
On that note,
Exactly right.
I like it.
I'm gonna hit you with a sell this week. The sickos in Centennial Park that'll sit on their bikes and do like 100 Ks. Absolute
I don't get
madman.
it.
What are you doing?
But also, it's just like I don't know. I imagine it's just because I don't want to deal with traffic. But at the same time, like, it's just a lot.
The problem is though, they're not. Yeah, you can ride a bike and you're stacking Ks, but it's different because you're not dealing with any other form of traffic. And obviously, if you're doing an Ironman or you're doing a race, you're not having to deal with cars. But there's a lot to be said about riding in other conditions and dealing with the same thing, like an out and back, going down to, I think, Mascot. A lot of people go down to this sort of airport and do that. But yeah, I agree. Can't be doing 3.7K loops expecting to
for 100 plus
build
Ks.
lots of fitness. Yeah, psycho behavior.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, Cooks River, great little trot from. It'll be it gets a lot of work for me already, but for those longer ones, I've already said it's a must do for a couple group runs.
Beautiful.
So yeah, big fan.
There we go.
In the hustle and bustle of the inner west, not easy to find a big relaxed course to go run on.
The bustling inner west. That's right.
The hustle and bustle, man.
Lovely. Well, that's the pod. Any final thoughts, boys?
Mate, we said we're going to do a short one, and we've stacked it through.
Yeah, we've waffled.
We're yapple.
We're not.
Big yapper.
It's not possible. Hope people have enjoyed that. Thank you for tuning in. Ask those questions. If you see us on the Instagram, feel free to just send a DM ahead of time. Don't wait for the questions box. It's often put up late. I'll do my best next week.
Read my article.
Cam Merrick, Tempo Journal. We forgot to mention that. Content King this week. Go sus Cam Merrick's Instagram. We'll have to share it on the story. I think we've all shared it on our personals.
I think we have shared it on the story.
On the story. Very nice little article. You did a 9 grid as well. Little carousel.
9 grid.
9 grid cover, and we'll keep those up. A lot of content coming from everyone. I think there's going to be some things for Boston, so stay tuned for that.
There'll be a shit hot episode next week as well. So next week
a lot better than this one. Is that what you're trying to say?
pending confirmation, but yes,
pending confirmation from guests.
If you've made it 66 minutes into this one, we think you'll also enjoy next week. That's been Never Run Alone. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, tell your mum, share it on the socials.
5 stars.
Come running.
Ciao.